We need you. We need you bringing your empowered feminine wisdom to the world now. We need you doubling down on your path that you know you are meant to walk. I know that these are really crazy times where there is a war of culture and of values happening under the surface. And as an empathic, compassionate, empowered woman, or a good man, you can sense and feel that it is now more than ever time to bring your magic and your heart and your integrity to the table in your offerings to your people. You're right. It is not time to quit your business. It's not time to give up. It's not time to surrender and just get a job. If you think that will make you safe, you're wrong. There are 3 themes to this war that I want to point to, and I want to highlight the fact that these 3 snakes, these 3 leftover, hovering, dare I say evil themes of a dying age are insidiously infecting our culture, and yes, even trying to infect our leadership and to dissuade you from following your path. So I'm going to shine the light on them so that you remember what you probably already feel and know, and so that you can recognize that even though you may feel sometimes like you're just one person with one little transformational business, that, you know, what good am I really doing? And well, let's get real about what good you're actually doing by just staying the path right now. Snake number 1. And I love me some snakes, but right now I'm going to use the sneaky, not so good version of the snake to describe these movements. Number 1 is this cultural enslavement through labor thing. This aspect of end stage capitalism, which is where we're at, where the money is concentrated in the hands of the very rich and the very poor are practically enslaved because their compensation is so low and their social services are pared down to nothing, such that they are completely owned by their job. And with inflation, with the minimum wage being so low compared to inflation, with a system that is now very effectively moving in an authoritarian way to consolidate power and wealth to the top 0.1%. All of this is causing an uptick in the fear of working people in America. And yeah, I am speaking mostly to Americans right now, but also recognizing that this is happening around the world. It's real obvious in my country right now, but it's happening around the world. Every person who is able to be a role model and an example of someone who is not enslaved to a job, who is self-determined and creating their own path and following their own way. Every successful entrepreneur is a stand against this movement. It's a re-empowerment of the American dream and of our power, all of our power to be self-actualized, self-stewarding. And I'm not saying that it's easy for everyone to start a business. Clearly, those of us that are privileged to have the capital and the means and the ability to start a business have it a lot easier. And let's use that privilege. So when you start thinking, oh, it's just so much work, you know, Yeah, it's work. And a lot of people who are doing work all day that they absolutely hate just to feed their kids, let's have them in mind as we continue forward and not give up. Because again, your entrepreneurship paves the way for the continuation of self-determination and freedom. You do not have to collapse into this wave of enslaved labor. And please don't. If you have the option and the privilege not to, please don't collapse into that. We need you. Secondly, the big snake. Right now, there's a lot of co-opting of people's spiritual faith in order to drive fear, division, and even hatred. And some people see this, of course, it's the misuse of religion. It's the collapse of revving people's faith up and then directing it towards systemic use of oppression. It's really hard to watch. If I grew up Catholic, Christian. I went to grad school classes in the history of Jesus and social justice, and I've studied with a lot of amazing liturgists and Bible scholars, and none of what I ever learned would ever use Jesus, the life of the radical feminist, basically unhoused revolutionary, to justify this level of exclusion, of hatred, of condescension, of isolationism. It is, to me personally, quite disgusting. But another view of what's happening here is to recognize that the world in its balance has both light and dark. And unfortunately, light has come to mean good and dark has come to mean bad. And that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Light is the above. It's the clarity. It's the direction. It's the confidence. It's the knowing. Dark is the unknown. It's the mystery. It's the grieving. It's the nurturing. It's the composting. It's the letting go. It's the surrender. We need both. But when you take faith and direct it only towards the light, so much in disregarding the pain of others because they live in a different country, or disregarding the pain of your neighbors because they look different, or they worship different, or they whatever different, what's happening there is the light is being used for evil. The light of hallelujah gets people so revved up that they don't even see the darkness, the compassion. They can't even track that. They can't even track the suffering of other people because they are so infused with the light of their own overconfidence, spiritual bypass. And we can all fall prey to this. Have you ever had a time in your life where you got so hot on yourself and you thought you knew everything and therefore you just didn't listen to other people who maybe knew better? Of course, we can all fall prey to this. But you, by bringing your transformative work into this world, by taking a stand not only for the light, but also for the good dark. The good dark means our deep compassion and empathy. It means our surrender to the mystery. It means our willingness to embrace even those we're having a hard time with. It means our forgiveness. These things that were so modeled by Jesus that are being completely ignored when we get overactivated into our righteousness. You in your business, you holding both of these things for the good, the light and the dark for the good. You're doing something powerful that makes a difference in this collective. You're making a difference by holding both for the highest good. By practicing compassion and forgiveness and by holding the sword of truth that knows bullshit, that's mean, that stands against mean, hateful, brutal, horrible, violent acts against the less advantaged around us. I put it to you that your work, especially if what you're doing taps the feminine as well as the masculine, that taps this mystery, so important right now. So important. Please double down. Please double down on it. And resist the temptation to go into your own light bypass, your own spiritual bypass. Oh, well, the world is splitting into two realities, and bye, I'll just let go of all those people who think differently than me. That's not it either. There's a deep grieving and connective empathy that's called for right now. It is complicated. It is not simple. I struggle with it every day. But by struggling with it every day, we are not giving up the dark. We're not giving up the good dark. And we're not assuming that all things that sparkle are for the highest good. Not assuming that just because people are chanting the name of Jesus for 2 hours, that they actually have even ever met the guy. And the third snake is very palpable right now. And that is the systemic violence and disregard of women as sovereign stewards of wisdom, as leaders. And that definitely flows into the rampant cultural acceptance of sexual objectification, sexual abuse, and yes, into ownership, aka trafficking, all of this stuff that is now, again, being brushed under the rug. Why? Because, these issues are of use at some points, and then when the rubber hits the road, it was never about stopping that, was it? It was never about stopping the misuse of women and girls. But your work is the healing that you bring, the transformation that you bring, the space that you hold for other women to unpack their trauma and to step up into their power in their right timing, in an integrous way. That is a direct response, positive response to the cultural melee that's happening right now. So, I'm here to tell you that your transformative business that is connected both to spirit and to the pragmatics of the earth and the compassion of the Great Mother, your business, your path is needed right now more than ever. Double down. You want to do something in these wild times? You want to contribute in this time of great change and evolution? Stay in your lane. Do what you came here to do. Keep at it. I know. This marketplace is shifting and people are freaked out, and it's harder than it used to be to earn the trust of people in the marketplace, and it's harder than it used to be to show people that it's worth investing in these deep processes that you have. Trust me, I know. Because I'm teaching and guiding my students and my mentees to shift their modus operandi to match this current marketplace, because there are ways to do it now. But you need to meet people in a compassionate way, in a way of conversation, and not just bro marketing pushed down their throats. Nope, that's not working. Why would it? We're getting enough stuff pushed down our throats right now. Am I right? Don't be another bit of that. There are other ways. And they do require you to open yourself, to be seen in your gift. And if you're thinking, oh, I can't come out of the broom closet. I can't be seen in my career as someone who practices with her intuition, who connects beyond what's logical. I couldn't possibly. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. You just need the right words for it. You need the right descriptors for it. You need the right logical system that is the way that you approach it. You need to be able to speak to the proof is in the pudding. You need to be able to speak to the results that happen when people engage with it. If you don't know how to do this, I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to teach you. If you want to get a VIP session, I will lay it all out for you. I'll channel your words out for you that also work in this marketplace. I've done that hundreds of times successfully. Don't let any of these things be excuses for you to collapse and let go of your calling that you know you're here to bring during these wild times. I'm here to tell you, even just you standing in your calling, being known in your calling, is fighting these three evil rivers right now. So thank you. Thank you for doing your part. Thank you for staying in your lane. Thank you for staying committed to your path, especially if it's a business that you're actually serving people and letting them pay you. Thank you for being in the world, doing your thing, doing what your soul came here to do. Because for me, that's time that's way better spent than you fretting about all the bad things happening, than you spinning in the horrible news, than you doom scrolling things that you can't affect directly. Don't let them paralyze you. They want you paralyzed so you don't come in and respond to these three snakes with your powerful God-given gifts. Don't collapse, love. You're not alone. If you want community, I have one for you. Join the Wisdom Collective. It's less than $50 a month. Join the mentorship level. It's less than $1,000 a month to have me guiding you through the processes of this. Like I am here to help, and others are here to help too. Find your circle of support and stay on your path. Because these lies, these old hangers-on, this enslavement through labor, this co-opting of faith into fear and judgment and hatred and hurting other people, and this recommitment to misogyny, to stomping on women, our rights, our sexual sovereignty. Like, I do believe that all three of these snakes are in the process of dying. But your work can help them die faster. Your work is your path that you are assigned, that you were given, that you chose. Don't set it down. Double down. And if you want help to make it work, to make it make money, to help draw in your people, to have collaborators and sisters on this journey, hi, I'm here, and my circle is here for you. If you think you're alone, you're not. If you think that being in another circle would just be like every other circle that didn't fit you, you're wrong. And if you think that you've given all you can give and this marketplace doesn't have a place for you and now you should just give up and become a slave to a job, please don't. Please don't. If you get a job, fine, but don't let it be your master. Let your path be your guide. Thank you for being here. And thank you for doing what you came here to do. It's making a big difference. You're making a big difference. And I appreciate you. I really do.